My name is Ricky Yeldale. I'm a biologist manager with the Inland Fisheries Division of the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. Our department uses several types of artificial structures in our lake renovation projects and lake improvement projects, and one of those is what we call a Pallette tree. These structures provide something for fish to orient on in the lake, and it improves the productivity of the lake primarily, but it also helps us bring anglers in contact with fish, so it provides angling opportunity. We start with a nursery bucket. These are cheap and inexpensive, readily available from nursery supply dealers. They have some holes in the bottom of them. We want to seal that off, and you can do that simply with newspaper. Our next step is going to be to provide a base for this tree. Cut a section of 3-inch sewer and drain pipe, and if possible, use the bale end of this, leave it turned up, and on the bottom end we drill a hole in the side, and we'd like to have some type of anchor to help hold this into the concrete. In this case, we're using some line trimmer line, and once we pour our concrete in, we'll stick that pipe down into the wet concrete, and if you twist it a few times, it'll draw that line down underneath the concrete, and it'll lock it in, and you'll be good to go. And it'll look like this model once it's set. The rest of it is also made with 3-inch sewer and drain pipe, and we can insert that into the bale end that we have in place. And then our next step is going to be to use these feed pallets. These are key in this design, but you'll note they have a hole in the center of them, and that hole will fit perfectly over that 3-inch pipe. The next component that we use is a corrugated sewer and drain pipe, and you can cut these to various lengths. This will serve as a spacer for your tree. That'll go over the pipe as well, and then you just repeat that process with a pallet and a spacer, and a pallet and a spacer until you get to the height that you want your tree to be. We like this size tree because it's pretty easy to handle, and it provides a sufficient amount of structure without being tall enough to be in the way of boat traffic in most cases. So now we have our tree constructed, except for the final piece. This also is very critical. This cap provides the lock to keep these structures together. The shoulder on this cap provides just enough resistance to keep these pallets from coming off of this pipe. So when we place that cap, they no longer will come off, but it also gives us a sealed chamber within this pipe, and that gives us some buoyancy. If these structures are disturbed, an angler comes along, drops his anchor line into a patch of these and pulls one over, the air trapped within this pipe will make this self-righting, and it will stand right back up and be right where it was supposed to be. So that is basically how these are put together. This would obviously be glued. At that point, you could load these onto your boat or put them out from the shoreline or whatever your need was, and your structure would then be in place.